What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to this channel. Today we'll be talking about AO maps and the importance of AO maps and using AO maps on your cars. Here we have an example of a GT86 FRS, BRZ, whatever you want to call it, with an AO map. If you don't know what an AO map is, pretty much it's a file for the game that tells it where shadows are. And they'll place the shadows where the shadows are. So, for example, like in there, it's very subtle, but there are shadows along the edges there. There, for example, and like there. So this would be an AO map. Now, this is a car I just put together with some whatever wheels, and then made an exhaust for it, and whatever this thing is, a Tsurukawa. So I didn't really do anything else to the body. This is I believe it's a Kuno's car, but it has an AO map. Let me show you what this would look like without an AO map. Alright, so here we have loaded up KS Editor. Here's the card. Now currently on the body, let's click on the body, we go to material. We have the AO map on the diffuse, any whatever. This is a Kuno's car, so it's got all this damage stuff and pretty well done. Now, say we put it as even like a KS per pixel, right? The most basic shader you can do. Even right now, it looks not the worst. It's okay. We're gonna go ahead and grab a standard like white, like no nothing, just literally just white. So here we go. This is a white. So the body itself only has a white texture on it with like generic shading. You see how like flat it looks? You could do like reflection and give it a little bit of shine on it, like a 0.1. Right now this has a just basic white. Let's go ahead and export this out. Name it that. So saved, good. So same showroom. So it's very white. White with no shadows anywhere. I mean, this showroom does kind of help with it. Here, we'll go with this. So this is without an AO map. As you can see, it is very white. Very, very white. There's no definition on anything. Just because the game doesn't know where to put shadows. Um, yeah. So now, when we go to put back the thing, go back to the backup. Okay, now open showroom. Go to the white. So here, we'll put it back to the default showroom. There we go. So, I mean, obviously there's going to be the benefits of the map file, the metal detail, all that kind of things, but just do an AO map for everything. It does help with just looks, you know. Real quick, if you need to get rid of, like if you took off a spoiler or whatever and there's like the black shadows and stuff and you need to get those out, you can go ahead and go to the diffuse, calculate AO to whatever size, we'll just do 2048. Okay, we're gonna click anywhere, that way this little save icon comes up, you hit save, and then just save it to the car. We'll just hit save there, and then we can hit replace, and voila. So these fixed. A quick little tip on how to get rid of those shadows, after the fact. But the moral of the story is do an AO map. It is very important. You can right away, once you kind of start doing AO maps and applying AO, it is very obvious on what has an AO and what doesn't. So this is an example of an AO map, right? You have dark areas, you have definition where the curves are. Um, this looks to be made with either Rhizome or a peel map in 3DS. That's why you kind of see it all stretched out and flattened out, which is not bad. Some painters don't like it, some painters don't mind it. It kind of really depends, but for just a general, AO map and everything, this will work fine. So like this stuff here, and like credit to TSA guys, like they convert all these Forza models over to AC, and it takes a lot of work to get all the materials and separate it all, and so credits to them. Just this is just an example of not having an AO is everything's just flat. Okay, so taking a look at this, if you have some big blob thing covering your AO map, it's because there is another object that's attached to the same material as the body that's not included in that map. So if you have these big obstructions, then that's why, and you'll have to just redo your map because you messed up somewhere and forgot to um, leave an object out, or you forgot to include it in the map. So just redo it. But yeah, that's a basic example of using AO and using not AO. Moral story, try to use AO. My next video will cover on how to paint on AO. So take a look at that, and I'll see you guys next time. See you.